Welcome back. I'm an emergency doctor actively working at the emergency department of my hospital. In this Doctor's Corner series, we'll dive into lesser-known approaches and hidden strategies to help the people with critical illnesses. You can subscribe if you want to learn the latest news and healthy solutions about your health. Stand with me for a moment in front of a blood pressure monitor. The cuff tightens, the numbers appear, and suddenly a silent process becomes visible. Why do those numbers matter so much? Because blood pressure is not just pressure. It is the force that the arteries, kidneys, heart, brain, and eyes must live with every minute of every day. Now ask the deeper question. How can something as ordinary as daily protein intake influence something as serious as hypertension? Do not think of protein only as muscle food. Think of it as a metabolic signal, a vascular tool, a hunger regulator, and, when chosen wisely, a way to redesign the whole plate. Start here. Do not simply eat more protein. That is too crude. Instead, use protein strategically. Replace some refined carbohydrate. Reduce processed, salty foods. Choose proteins that bring minerals, peptides, healthy fats, and fiber along with them. Make the plate work like a treatment plan, not like a trend. The medical literature gives us a clear reason to take this seriously. The original DASH feeding trial showed that a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and low-fat dairy with less saturated fat and total fat can substantially lower blood pressure. Later, the OmniHeart trial asked a sharper question. What happens if part of the carbohydrate in a DASH-style diet is replaced with protein? The higher protein pattern lowered systolic blood pressure further, especially among participants who already had hypertension. A meta-analysis of 40 randomized trials involving 3,277 participants also found that replacing carbohydrate with dietary protein lowered systolic and diastolic blood pressure on average. But listen carefully, protein is not magic, it is a lever. A 2024 umbrella review in the European Journal of Nutrition concluded that the overall certainty remains limited and that many findings are mixed, so use protein as part of a complete pattern, alongside sodium reduction, weight control, physical activity, sleep, and medication when prescribed, not as a standalone cure. Let us ask the first essential question: why can protein help? First, protein changes what happens after a meal. A meal built mostly from refined starch, white bread, sweet drinks, large portions of white rice, pastries, chips can drive hunger back quickly. When hunger returns quickly, snacking returns quickly. When snacking returns quickly, sodium and excess calories usually return with it. So command the meal differently. Anchor the plate with protein first. Put lentils, fish, yogurt, tofu, eggs, beans, chicken, or nuts in the plan before the hunger spiral begins. How does that matter for blood pressure? Body weight and insulin resistance influence vascular tone, kidney sodium handling, and sympathetic nervous system activity. If protein improves satiety and helps reduce excess calorie intake, it can indirectly reduce pressure on the vascular system. Do not underestimate the indirect pathway. In hypertension, the indirect pathway is often where daily life wins or loses. Second, protein carries amino acids, and some amino acids interact with vascular biology. Ask, how do arteries relax? One major pathway involves nitric oxide, a molecule produced by the endothelium, the inner lining of blood vessels. Amino acids such as arginine are involved in nitric oxide production, and reviews of protein-related mechanisms discuss how amino acids may influence oxidative stress, nitric oxide availability, insulin resistance, and the renin-angiotensin system. Now make that practical. Do not chase isolated amino acids without medical guidance. Instead, choose foods that naturally carry a broad amino acid pattern. Use soy foods, legumes, dairy, fish, poultry, eggs, nuts, and seeds. Let the food matrix do part of the work. Third, protein can contain tiny fragments called bioactive peptides. Why is this interesting? Because certain peptides released from foods, especially dairy and fermented foods, have been studied for effects on blood pressure pathways, including angiotensin-converting enzyme activity, vascular relaxation, and sodium-water regulation. This is not the same as taking a prescription ACE inhibitor, and it should never be described that way. But the biological direction is worth noticing. Some protein foods may speak to the same pressure control systems that physicians care about clinically. Reviews and meta-analyses of milk proteins and protein-derived peptides have reported modest blood pressure effects, with the strongest message being that the food pattern matters more than any single molecule. Now ask the second question: how should protein be used in a person with high blood pressure? Do this in 4 steps. Step 1. Replace, do not merely add. If someone adds protein on top of an already excessive diet, blood pressure may not improve. The key is substitution. Replace the breakfast pastry with Greek yogurt and berries. Replace a large refined carb dinner with salmon, beans, vegetables, and a smaller portion of whole grain. Replace salty processed snacks with unsalted nuts or roasted chickpeas. Why? Because the benefit is not only the protein itself, it is also what the protein pushes off the plate. The OmniHeart trial is important here because it did not test protein in a chaotic diet. It tested protein inside a healthful dietary pattern. Compared with the carbohydrate-rich version, the higher protein diet lowered systolic blood pressure by 1.4 mmHg overall and by 3.5 mmHg among people with hypertension. Those numbers may sound small, but at the population level, even small average reductions can translate into fewer strokes and heart events. Step 2. Choose protein sources with a blood pressure advantage. Tell the plate what to do. Use beans, lentils, chickpeas, tofu, edamame, nuts, seeds, fish, seafood, plain yogurt, kefir, eggs, and lean poultry. Keep red and processed meats in a smaller role, especially when they come with high sodium, saturated fat, or curing salts. Why emphasize plant proteins and fish? Because they often arrive with potassium, magnesium, fiber, unsaturated fats, and less saturated fat. The American Heart Association encourages heart-healthy protein choices and notes that protein can reasonably supply 10% to 35% of daily calories, while also recommending regular fish and seafood intake, especially oily fish, 2 to 3 times weekly. Step 3. Watch sodium like a detective. Here is the trap. Many people improve protein intake but choose protein wrapped in salt. Deli meats, bacon, sausage, jerky, canned soups with meat, fast food chicken, heavily seasoned frozen meals. Do not let sodium hide inside the protein choice. Read labels. Choose no salt added beans. Rinse canned beans. Choose fresh or frozen fish and poultry more often than cured meats. Use herbs, garlic, vinegar, citrus, pepper, and spices instead of salt-heavy seasoning blends. Why be so strict? Because sodium has one of the most consistent relationships with blood pressure, and major heart health organizations continue to emphasize sodium reduction as a key part of blood pressure management. Step 4. Distribute protein through the day. Do not save all protein for dinner. Build the day like this. Breakfast has a protein anchor, lunch has a protein anchor, dinner has a protein anchor, and snacks are optional, not automatic. How might that look? At breakfast, choose plain Greek yogurt with berries and walnuts, or eggs with vegetables, or tofu scramble, or oatmeal with milk and seeds. At lunch, choose lentil soup, a bean and avocado bowl, tuna with greens, tofu with vegetables, or chicken with a large salad. At dinner, choose fish with roasted vegetables, turkey chili with beans, tempeh stir-fry, or chickpea curry with a controlled portion of brown rice. For a snack, choose unsalted nuts, kefir, hummus with vegetables, or edamame. Now ask, what should the audience remember when the blood pressure is already high? Remember that the target is not a bodybuilder diet. The target is vascular nutrition. If the protein plan crowds out vegetables, fruit, whole grains, and legumes, correct it. If the protein plan increases sodium, correct it. If the protein plan becomes mostly processed meat, correct it immediately. There is also a safety point. Give this command clearly. If you have chronic kidney disease, significant albumin in the urine, advanced diabetes, complications, or you are under nephrology care, do not increase protein aggressively without medical advice. Kidney guidelines often recommend individualized protein targets, and KDIGO's 2024 Chronic Kidney Disease Guidance discusses protein intake around 0.8 g/kg/day for many adults with CKD who are not on dialysis. National Kidney Foundation materials also emphasize that people with kidney disease need the right amount of protein, not too much and not too little. So how do we personalize this? Use 3 measurements. First, measure blood pressure correctly. Sit quietly. Support the back. Keep feet flat. Rest the arm at heart level. Take readings at consistent times. Do not judge the whole plan by one stressful reading. Second, measure the plate. For 7 days, write down the protein source at each meal. Do not count perfectly at first. Just observe. Is the protein coming from beans, fish, yogurt, nuts, tofu, eggs, and poultry, or mostly from bacon, sausage, deli meat, burgers, and fast food? Third, measure response over weeks, not days. Blood pressure responds to sodium, sleep, stress, alcohol, weight change, medications, and timing. Protein intake is one part of the orchestra. Do not demand that one instrument play the whole symphony. Now let us ask the most important why of all. Why does this approach feel so powerful in real life? Because it is not asking people to live on restriction alone. Many blood pressure diets are explained as a list of no salt, no fried food, no sugar, no excess alcohol. Those limits matter, but people need a yes as well. Protein gives the meal structure. It gives fullness. It gives culinary variety. It makes breakfast stronger, lunch steadier, and dinner less driven by cravings. And ask, how does this become sustainable? Make it simple. For the next week, give yourself one assignment. Upgrade 1 meal per day. Not all meals, 1 meal. If breakfast is weak, repair breakfast. If lunch is salty, repair lunch. If dinner is too starch heavy, repair dinner. Choose 1 protein anchor, 1 high potassium plant food if appropriate for your health status, 1 high fiber carbohydrate, and 1 healthy fat. Repeat until the pattern becomes normal. Use this formula: protein anchor plus vegetables or fruit plus fiber-rich carbohydrate plus unsaturated fat plus low sodium flavor. Say it again internally: protein anchor, plants, fiber, healthy fat, low sodium flavor. That is how protein intake becomes more than grams. It becomes architecture. So, what is the final message? Do not treat hypertension as only a number on a machine. Treat it as a daily conversation between the arteries, kidneys, nervous system, hormones, and meals. Protein intake can help because it can improve satiety, reduce reliance on refined carbohydrates, support vascular signaling, bring beneficial food compounds, and reshape the whole dietary pattern. But use it with precision. Choose the source carefully. Replace rather than add. Watch sodium. Respect kidney health. Track blood pressure. Stay connected with your clinician. Why does this matter? Because the most powerful nutrition changes are often not dramatic. They are repeated. They are quiet. They are done at breakfast on a Monday, at lunch on a busy work day, at dinner when the family is tired, and again the next morning. How do we begin? Begin with the next plate. Put a wise protein choice at the center, surround it with plants, keep sodium under control, and let the blood vessels experience that decision again and again. Take care of your heart, take care of your table, and take care of one another. I'll see you with our next topic. Same mission, same family, moving forward together.